Welcome from Glendale, California. Glendale is a city in Southern California, about 10 miles outside the city of Los Angeles. I am Phil Lanzafame. I'm the Director of Community Development for the city of Glendale. My department has 6 divisions. A personnel administration type would do budgeting. But then we also have building and safety, code enforcement, housing, planning, and economic development. Those 5 divisions, they all are their own unique individual operation. When I took over the department 5 years ago, when I was approached by my city manager at the time, I said, sure, but are you sure you don't want a planner to take that? And he said to me, I can hire a planner. I need a leader to do this. It put me in a very similar position to what I found David was in with the Santa Fe. He had studied a different class of submarine. Now, I wasn't the commander of a warship, but I did have 150 people that were looking to me for some level of leadership. I didn't know the technical answer to everything they were asking me. And that's when I really had to turn, much as David did to his senior command staff, I had to turn to mine and say, I can't tell you what to do. I don't know. I will lead you. I will support you. I will provide the resources. I'll provide the cover with the city council. You need to get us there, and you need to figure out the ways to do that. I really got to, I intend to. It's a reminder for them that I expect them to display leadership, make those decisions, come to me with a decision, and tell me this is what I intend to do. They now have some influence. They now have some decision making. I started to challenge the staff and say, how are you going to be more efficient at it? It was a department-wide challenge, and the best result I could possibly ask for was Anushka. She's working for us as an hourly person. She comes to me and says, we have 5 or 6 different situations with our code compliance, code enforcement. And every time we write a citation, we take our template out, and then we figure out which of these citations apply. And then we type in that language, and then we send a letter off to the people saying, you have been cited for XYZ. That takes time to have to write that in every time. So can't we just put all 5 of them in one letter? It's a little bit longer, but then all we have to do is check a box. Sure, go put it in place. And she did. The second one was Javier. He's, again, an hourly worker for us. Big dude, former gang member. And he does our graffiti paint out. When the walls get tagged, he's out there with his truck and his stuff, and he paints it out. He comes to me and says, I've got an underpass that gets tagged every single night, and I got to go out and paint it every day, every other day. What I'd like to do is, don't ask me where they're coming from, but I want to get some artists to do a mural there. And I'll get the artist that has a street cred, and the taggers will leave it alone. They'll respect it and leave it alone. Javier, sounds like a great idea. How much money do you need? Oh, no. I'll go collect the paint, and I'll get the guys to come out and everything. What we've seen there, 30 to 40% reduction in turnaround time. Our inspections, they went from 2 to 3 days to guaranteed next day. Now I want to go forward to COVID-19. We were mostly old school in all of our systems. When you wanted to do a construction project, you had to physically come into our office with plans. You had to pay with a check or credit card. How do you figure out a remote process to serve this essential business of construction? I had the 4 senior managers in building and safety. They figured out, modeling after our current physical process, how to do plan intake, plan check, issuing invoices, payment, and issuing a permit, and then how to go inspect that job in about 4 days to do that completely remotely. I stopped in to ask them how it was going. They said, we've taken in more money in fees than we have in the last month and a half. So they're making it work. These 4 guys, and then with their teams, they put together these complete remote systems without somebody telling them, without a leader telling them, it's okay what you're doing. So it's that big yield control, retain responsibility, and then have a whole lot of faith and trust. And these guys have made it happen. And that's probably one of the most satisfying things of seeing this whole idea of intent-based leadership come to fruition in this crisis.